Have you ever wondered why the Chinese seem to be such phenomenal savers? While the average American savings rate hovers around 5%, the Chinese manage to sock away a staggering 45.9% of their earnings. What's their secret? In this video, we'll dive deep into the cultural, historical, and psychological factors that have made the Chinese experts at building wealth through relentless saving. From their unique perspective on money to their ingenious budgeting techniques, you'll discover the strategies that could transform your own financial future. The Chinese mindset, valuing security over splurging. The key to the Chinese savings juggernaut lies in their fundamentally different approach to money. Unlike the West, where consumerism is often encouraged, the Chinese view wealth as a symbol of security and stability, not just a tool for immediate gratification. From a very young age, Chinese children are taught that saving money is not just a good habit, it's an honorable one. Explains our expert, Ronnie Chang, a comedian who has studied the Chinese savings phenomenon. During special occasions like New Year's and birthdays, children often receive money in red envelopes, and they're encouraged by their parents to save it. This money is even referred to as lucky money. This emphasis on saving is deeply ingrained in Chinese culture, to the point where it's a societal norm rather than just a personal preference. The reasons behind this are multifaceted, ranging from the impact of the one-child policy to the lack of traditional retirement accounts like 401(k)s. The one-child policy and the rise of the saver. The one-child policy implemented in China until 2016 had a profound effect on the country's savings rate. Families were only allowed one child, and breaking this rule meant hefty fines. If you didn't pay the fine, your second child wouldn't be eligible for crucial services like healthcare and education. This policy led to a unique dynamic in Chinese culture, where having a son who carries on the family name and inherits property was considered highly important. As a result, families often used contraception to try and ensure they had a male child. This preference for male children led to an uneven gender ratio, with more men than women. Imagine having 122 males for every 100 females at its peak, Ronnie explains. When you have more men than women, you end up with a supply and demand issue. More men are competing for the attention of the same number of women. To stand out as a man in China, you often need to be perceived as successful, and that often translates to having more money. Interestingly, the one-child policy also had another significant impact. Since families were typically limited to having just one child, this meant fewer mouths to feed and fewer expenses for parents. This double advantage: parents didn't have to spend as much money, and males were incentivized to save to enhance their desirability, contributed to the Chinese savings phenomenon. The zero-based budgeting secret. Now, let's dive into the secret weapon of the Chinese savings arsenal, the zero-based budgeting system. This ingenious approach to money management ensures that every last cent of your income is allocated, leaving you with a big fat zero at the end of the month. Here's how it works. You create a budget where you assign a specific purpose to every dollar you earn. This includes essential expenses like rent and groceries, as well as savings, investments, and debt payments. By the time you've accounted for every dollar, your budget total should equal zero. Imagine you make $4,000 a month, Ronnie explains. A zero-based budget might look something like this. On one side, you list your essentials like rent, groceries, and necessities. But here's the kicker. You also have a section for things you're saving for, like your emergency fund, area contributions, student loan payments, and even that new car fund you've been eyeing. By the time you've accounted for every dollar in your budget, you're left with a big fat zero at the bottom right of the table. This system requires brutal honesty when it comes to tracking your expenses, but the payoff is immense. It empowers you to understand your finances as a whole, including fixed and variable costs, and allocate your budget in a way that aligns with your goals and priorities. The 10-to-1 rule. Living on a fraction of your income. Another key factor that has contributed to the Chinese savings success is the 10-to-1 rule. This principle, inspired by the personal experiences of our expert's father, is a testament to the power of living frugally. When our friend's father grew up in challenging circumstances in Shanghai, there were days where he couldn't even afford a meal and went to bed hungry, Ronnie shares. When he could afford food, All he had was a simple, tasteless pastry known as mantou, a humble plain bun that comes at a very low cost. However, when this gentleman began his career, he applied a remarkable strategy. Let's say he earned $10. He aimed to live off just $1 from that income. In reality, could he consistently live off just $1 for every $10 he earned? Not always. There were times where he had to allocate $6, $7, $8, or even $9 out of those $10 just to meet his basic needs. But the key was, it wasn't about accumulating wealth, it was about ensuring he never had to go to bed hungry again. This 10-to-1 rule of saving as much as possible and living off as little as necessary has left a lasting impression and is a mindset shared by many other Chinese individuals. While this strategy can be highly effective for building wealth, it's important to recognize the potential for a scarcity mindset about money. As you earn more, it's crucial to transition your mindset towards one of abundance. Buy used or refurbished. The Chinese thrift advantage. The Chinese have another trick up their sleeve when it comes to saving money: buying used or refurbished items. Why pay top dollar for something brand new when you can get the same quality for a fraction of the cost? Many online platforms, such as eBay and Craigslist, offer a treasure trove of used items at prices that won't break the bank. Ronnie explains. These items may have a bit of history, but they can still deliver the performance you need. And then there are refurbished items. They are another fantastic option. They undergo rigorous testing and certification to ensure they function just like new, yet they're sold at a significantly lower price. This strategic approach to purchases, combined with the zero-based budgeting system and the 10-to-1 rule, has helped the Chinese build wealth at an astounding rate. By prioritizing savings over splurging, they've managed to create a financial cushion that provides a sense of security and stability. As we've explored, the Chinese have a unique and highly effective approach to saving money. From their cultural emphasis on wealth as a symbol of security to their ingenious budgeting techniques, there's a lot we can learn from their financial wisdom. By implementing the zero-based budgeting system, embracing the 10-to-1 rule, and strategically buying used or refurbished items, you too can start building your own savings powerhouse. Remember, every dollar you save today is an investment in your future financial freedom. So, what are you waiting for? Start your journey towards financial security and sustainability by putting these Chinese savings secrets into practice. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more valuable financial tips and tricks.